What's up? What's up? What's up? Come on, talk to me.
These my dollars make it hurt.
What's up? Welcome to the ride. Welcome to the ride. What's going on, everybody? Those of you that may join in and those of you that will watch this later. What's going on, everybody, this morning? Welcome to the ride. And as you can see by the daily works of our beloved Dallas Cowboys, they never leave us hanging. There's always something to talk about. Of course, we have, in my view, the biggest game of the season because of the obvious. The backs are already against the wall. And you're going against an explosive offensive team in Cincinnati, of course, that can score. And the question is, can the Cowboys step up to a big game that they have to win? Track record shows that when these big games come up, even though Cincinnati has a very, not a good record, but we all know how explosive they are. They can score. They can get the job done. It is what it is. But that ain't really what I want to talk about this morning. That's not what I want to talk about. That's not what I want to talk about. Hey guys, everybody that's coming in, man, listen, I appreciate you guys. Know it's early, and they give a prelude to where I was coming on there. But to those of you that are on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitch, and on X or Twitter, whichever one you want to call it, you know how to do it if you want to support the podcast by now. Most of you already know how to do that. If you're on YouTube, you can hit the super chat button. If you want to do Facebook, you hit those stars. If you want to do the Cash App is $ the big time show. $ the big time show. But that really ain't what I want to talk about. I got to go ahead and talk about Dak Prescott. What every other content creators talked about, I haven't said anything. I wanted to just soak it all in, listen to Dak maybe 3-4 times, and then formulate my own opinion. First thing about Dak that we all should know by now is that he is very strategic about when he opens up his mouth. He's very strategic on what he says. He's very good when it comes to the media. He's media savvy, if you want to use the term. He knows what to say. He knows when to say it. And then most importantly, he knows how to say it. He's so good that he can say something and it's still somewhat, you still got to figure it out. He's not a bottom line type of media guy. He always lets you question what he says. But on this occasion, and it will be probably one of the very few times because he's able to hide now because of his injury. He does not do media because he don't have to ask questions out, after the game. He doesn't have to answer questions. Those questions are reserved for Cooper Rush now. So he's out for the year, so he has to do little pick shots when he's going to talk. And just so happened he's with I don't know who the young lady was. Maybe she's a content creator. Well, obviously she is. But maybe she works for another station or whatever. But he lended her the time to talk, and he made a very strong statement, as you guys know by now, in which he had to be kind of bottom line when he started talking about supporting his coach, because we don't know how many times he's going to be able to really get in front of a camera to make his case. But he made his case showing very strong support for Coach McCarthy. And then he took a nice little indirect slash direct shot at Jerry Jones by saying, let Coach have more say so or made, so he can do it his way, more input or whatever, more decision making, which obviously implies several different things, which is the reason why Dak said it the way he said it. So I I like what he said, but then at the same time, I got some question marks because see, Dak is in a position now where he really don't have anything to lose. He has his money, he has the contract. He's not going anywhere. He got a no trade clause. He got all this stuff that benefits him. And when you have that, I need you to be a more black and white, not gray. I don't need to be wondering. Don't say what you want to say. Mean what you say, stand on it, and don't leave no room for discussion. Like, okay, he said this. We don't have to discuss it. We don't have to debate it. We don't have to wonder. We know exactly what he's saying, and now we can go with it from there. So what he implied, of course, was things that pretty much we Cowboy fans already know, and he kind of gave us an inside look on the inside of what really is going on, and that is that really Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, whoever, have a little bit too much say so what's going on, and you know, and Mike McCarthy does not have enough. Now, what enough means, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. Mike McCarthy, if some of you may think that it's about the draft, well, Mike McCarthy yesterday cleaned that up real quick, in which he said he has major input in the draft. He has a voice. He's in the discussion. I don't know if he says, "Hey, I want that guy" or whatever. I don't know if that's the case or not, but he kind of cleared it up. And he also kind of shot Dak down at the same time because Dak is secure in his position with the organization. Mike McCarthy is not. He's still a lame duck coach as far as I'm concerned. He does not have a contract, and so he can't come against Jerry in any type of way. He can't even side with Dak Prescott. He doesn't have a contract like that. So I expected him to shoot it down a little bit, and he did by going against what Dak said, and then he tried to clean it up for Dak and say, well, you have to ask him what he means by, how much input and all that type of stuff. So, you know, my only problem with Dak is this. You know, I always have said that he don't say enough. And maybe he crossed over because he got his contract. Maybe he ready to go on, stand on it a little bit. Maybe he ready to assume some power that he think he has as being the quarterback of the organization. I wish he would say stuff like this sooner. I don't blame Dak for wanting to keep Mike McCarthy because he's had a lot of success under him. He knows the offense. Dak don't want to learn another new system and all that type of stuff. Then to be fair to Mike, Mike has had kind of like the 49ers. He's had so many injuries to deal with that, at some point, you're going to pay the price. That's what the Cowboys have done. They paid the price by not having their lead guys playing, a lot of injuries, backup and practice squad players starting and all that. That's going to catch up. The same thing is going on with the 49ers. Same exact thing. It catches up to you after a while. And he feel like, of course, that Coach McCarthy deserves another shot at it, which sets the stage because Dak now has put his foot in the sand by saying, I want him to be my coach. It's a classic case of the quote-unquote big star player that goes against management and, is almost trying to take an NBA stance where the star player says this, the star player says he wants this guy traded in the NBA, they're traded. The star player says the coach ain't good, they fire the coach. The NBA caters to the star players, and they make the changes according to what they want because they want to keep them happy. It don't work like that in football. I'm just gonna go and put that out here. There probably are some players, however, that does have that type of power in the NFL. I would figure Patrick Mahomes has that type of power. I believe Josh Allen has that type of power. There's just a few guys in the league that have that type of pull where if they complain, something is going to happen. Dak Prescott does not have that type of power. He does not. I don't care if he was getting paid $70 million a year. He's not on that level yet. And I don't think he never would be. I don't care if Dak Prescott won 5 Super Bowls. Nobody has that type of power over Jerry Jones. The players do not dictate the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones dictates that. So even though I appreciate Dak, you know what I'm saying, trying to stick up for his coach and trying to give a little characteristics or all that type of stuff, it's okay. It's just that it's not gonna work in this organization. It just don't. And to have to make a statement like that, to make a real statement like that, you have to really be doing something. See, it's hard to talk from the sideline. It's hard. And Dak has all the respect of the organization. Dak has all of the, you know, he has money. There's nothing you can say. But I just take it as, hey, there's nothing wrong with sticking up for your head coach. That's all I'm gonna say about that. There's nothing wrong with it. So I don't want to kill him, but you gotta know where you really are. You will get reminded real quick by a man like Jerry Jones real quick showing you where your stance is in this organization real quick. That's I'm calling it like it is. So it's easy to talk from the sideline. To be honest with you, a stronger voice, even though does have a strong voice in the organization, a stronger voice would be Michael Parsons. And part of the reason why I'm saying that is because he's playing. See what I'm saying? He's playing. You know, if you're gonna talk, at least be in the war. So I I appreciate it. Like I said, I don't want to get it wrong with nobody. There's nothing wrong with standing up for your teammates or your coaches, especially if you like it, like the way that it is. I really do not have a problem with Dak doing it. But when he said that he, had need a little bit more input and all that type of stuff, now you crossing the line a little bit. You're crossing the line a little bit at least, and I'm not talking from my perspective. I'm talking from the Jerry Jones perspective, because I already know Jerry Jones kind of raised his eyebrow when he heard about it. And I'm quite sure the guys on 105.3 The Fan are going to ask him about all this. And I'm quite sure Jerry already has a rehearsed answer and all that type of stuff, as he always does. But please understand, Jerry Jones is the captain of the ship. And it's been that way. He wants more input this way. In other words, you might want some free agents. You might want some veteran guys. You might want one or two impact free agents. Well, that ain't the way the Jones family works. That's not the way that we operate. We all know how this team or these teams over the years have been built. They've been built through the draft and bargain bottom of the barrel free agents. That's what we do. It ain't just started, it's been this way. And they are not going to break their system no matter how much the coach might want this impact free agent. They're not going to, they sure not going to be doing what the players say. If they would have been doing what what's a Cowboy fan? I appreciate him stepping up, but to imply that Coach McCarthy, and for those that haven't heard, you need to go look at Mike McCarthy's press conference from yesterday, in which he kind of shot Dak down. He shot him down because he said that I do have input. I do have input. Now, for Dak to say that, there's obviously something there. You see what I'm saying? And don't blame Mike McCarthy for those that want to say, well, you ought to speak up some more if it's something wrong. He don't have a contract. There's nowhere in the world he's going to go against Jerry Jones when he's essentially trying his best to keep his job. Of course he's going to shoot Dak down. You would do it too. Shoot. We talking about millions of dollars on a job. But look, Coach McCarthy's not ready to retire. What in the world he gonna get on national TV, which his press conferences will hit the national airwaves? Why would he get up there and side with Dak and everything he said? Dak's place is secure. He got a contract. Mike McCarthy don't have nothing. Ain't nowhere in the world he going against go against Jerry Jones and side with Dak Prescott. You need to go check out his interview yesterday, his press conference. I'm sorry. No way he gonna do that. So I don't blame neither one of them in their stances because they're in different positions. You see what I'm saying? So I don't blame it. I love the fact that Dak did something out of the norm, stuff that we've been begging for him to do, and that's saying something. You the quarterback of the team. You at this level. You're at a good level. NFL wise, you're respected. You're all pro. You the $60 million man. Yeah, you supposed to say something. You're the leader. Everybody say he's the leader of the team. It's nothing wrong with saying something instead of being the corporate guy all the time. Yeah, say something. I applaud that. I really don't see any wrong with what all was going on, but what it does, it lets you in from a player perspective. I believe Dak is saying something that is something that he desires his coach power that he needs. I'm believing that there's something there that Mike McCarthy does not have. That's what I get out of it. There, even though Mike says he has input, even though Mike says he does have a lot of input and all that. There's something there that's not there because the players see it. And in this case, I'm going to believe what the players say, but the kind of power that I believe that he's talking about is in the lane of Jerry and Stephen Jones. And we already know you ain't getting that type of power over Jerry and Stephen. That's a seat that they do not relinquish. They do not give up that type of power. They have their lane. Coach McCarthy has his lane. The players have their lane. That is the bottom line. That's the way it always have been. It's nothing new. Is there something that needs to change? Yeah, obviously. We all know that. But how long have we been saying that? At some point in time, we're going to have to say, hey, it is what it is. This is the way that the Cowboys are run. We all know who the captain of the ship is. Should there be changes? Yes. But it won't be. It won't be. Because Jerry is Jerry Jones. It is that simple. I don't know what he's looking for as far as what more he wants. I don't know. But I appreciate him stepping up. I salute him today. Thank you, Dak. Now you go back being Mr. Corporate guy. He's kind of stepped. He probably felt strange talking like that. That's just not nothing he does. He's a good corporate cowboy. Hey, yeah, Joseph, I got you. Yeah, good note. Hey, everybody, I'm kind of parked now. I can see everybody. I saw I ain't a Cowboy fan. Uh, Joseph says, good morning, big time. Reminder, Dax also said he wanted to retain Garrett, Kellen Moore, Dak, Michael Diggs need to speak up about the fact that this team refused to engage and sign free agents in the offseason. The teams refused to make these changes result in no NFC championship game in 29 years. Again, Joseph, you're absolutely correct in your statement, but we all know this. We know this. Well, I mean, we all know it. And you getting ready, if we don't, chances are we have to run the table to even have a chance at maybe winning the wild card. What are the likely? Was that likely that that's going to happen? Most would say no. So, which means we get ready to enter. It just seemed like yesterday, y'all, we was talking about off season. It just seemed like yesterday we were in the off season. It looked like we're gonna be headed there a little bit quicker than usual. But I'm just saying, hey, Tamika, I'm just saying that they need to say something or complain or whatever because we getting ready to enter another off season. You know, this team is closer when you get everybody back. You know, injuries and all that type of stuff starting next year. This team is nowhere near kind of a rebuild. Really, it's not. It's closer to a legit playoff appearance team when everybody is there. See, Shane, that's an excellent question. See, we don't know. And this is a great comment by Shane See, we're all, including myself, even though this is my show and all that type of stuff. You know, we are armed, all content creators. I don't care who you like or whatever. In essence, we're all armchair quarterbacks. Those of you that do not have a podcast like what I have, I'm no different than you. We all armchair quarterbacks. We do not have the insight. We don't have the insight. We don't have the our ears are not in the building. And so when I see a question like this from Shane, when Shane says that, you know, how many, I you'd like to know what input does Jerry have during the week? And again, from our perspective, that would be an armchair quarterback type answer. If you're asking me, I would say that Jerry ain't doing nothing for practice. Jerry's not doing anything except sitting up there in that skybox, the little practice thing, and just watching or watching from his office. The coaches are working during the week. Now, I do believe I know one instance this season where Jerry had some input, and that was when Ezekiel Elliott started crying. And I guarantee you, Jerry had some input then, and that's the type of stuff that we having a problem with. That hey, get Ezekiel at the ball. That's really all he said. We need Zeke to get more carries. And then Coach McCarthy, who's on a lame duck coach, may say like, "Hey, we're really trying to get Rico going. He's our number one back, and we're trying to get him really going." Well, I understand that, but Jerry say, "Look, Zeke really needs to be, get his portion of carries." And he gonna say, "No, you make Zeke number one and make Rico number two." I don't think he said that, but I believe he said something like, "But then again, I'm armchair quarterback." See what I'm saying? And I believe Jerry said that, he need to get his portion. That's the only instance. I mean, other than guys who now he may say, let's keep, guys who are injured. I believe Jerry will probably have some input in saying, let's keep him out another week. I believe that, but I can't blame Jerry for that because don't every general manager does that? The general manager gets the reports from the trainers, right? Every general manager gets the report from the trainers saying, giving an update on player status. I mean, we can't blame Jerry for that. That's what every general manager gets. And then it's up to the general manager to put the best players on the field, right? So it's really up to Jerry to say, no, we don't want to put him on the field because he's not playing his best or he's not his best right now. I can't blame Jerry for that. That's the job. The coaches don't make that decision on who plays and who's not playing. They're aware of who's playing. They know what the report says, but that falls in the lane of a general manager. Excuse me. A lot of things, y'all, to be honest with you, when you sit back and take your emotions out. I'm not trying to excuse Jerry Jones either, y'all. Don't give it. But at the same time, take your emotions out and really sit back and say a lot of things that we accuse Jerry of really is him doing his job as the general manager. I ain't say the owner because he is the general manager. He's doing what the general manager does. I mean, some of this stuff we like to kill Jerry. Like, I don't know. So Shane, I don't see really what he does. He's not coaching. He's up in the press box. The coaches are the ones that are going to get the game plan together. He may sit in, and we're aware of that he sits in on game plan meetings and all that type of stuff. I'm quite sure he has something to say in there, but that game plan is formulated by the coaches. And if Jerry, you can tell by Jerry, he want to run the ball, so we know if he is having input about running the ball, shoot, it ain't been no, it ain't been no, it ain't been that ain't been fulfilled because we just now running it. So if Jerry been saying running the ball, we ain't been running the ball until the last few weeks. That's it. Rico just not getting over 100 yards. So that's a real good question, Shane. And the real answer is, I don't know. I don't know. Mike McCarthy is probably the only one that can, and Steve Jones can answer that. And Jerry himself can answer that question that you just asked. Guys like me, I'm an armchair guy. I have no clue, no concept, none. Can't answer that. I would love to know too. All right. So again, what everybody's talking about is about Dak Prescott and him opening up his mouth and all that type of stuff. And I don't have no problem with it. Everybody's a little bit too emotional because it's the job of the national media to come negative. You'll find very few Cowboy lovers because that ain't what make money. They copied the game plan of Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless, which then went to Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. It's the same gameplay. Find a Cowboy fan and then find a Cowboy antagonist and watch your ratings go up and watch you make a whole lot of money. There's a report that says that Stephen A. Smith is about to get the richest contract, almost $20 million a year for him just running his mouth. Well, we all know what brought Stephen A. Smith to the dance, right? His genuine, I ain't gonna say genuine, because the Cowboys have been an integral part of him getting whatever money he get. A lot of it is based off of his narration, if you want to say it like that, of the Dallas Cowboys. Shannon Sharp, his antagonist ways about the Cowboys have landed him a hefty contract. So it's all them folks on Fox, LaShawn McCoy, all these folks. They got Michael Irvin there. Michael Irvin is a Cowboy lover, but he got dealing with 3 or 4 antagonists, and the show gets ratings for it. So everybody's following the national media way. Find you a bunch of Cowboy haters, talk about the Cowboys, never give them credit, take anything they say and roll with it. And I think that they're over dramatizing that comments, of course, but it's the Dallas Cowboys. It's the Dallas Cowboys. So what else you expect? You see what I'm saying? It's the Dallas Cowboys. So if anybody breathes funny, it's gonna be on ESPN. If anybody have a frown on their face after losing, it's gonna be national news and get twisted and turned any kind of way. Why? It's the Dallas Cowboys. It's the only team in the world that gets talked about all year long. Season ain't even going. You still talking about the Dallas Cowboys. Soon as this season is over, whether it's before the last game or next week, whatever the Cowboys do, the national narrative would now turn to the draft. Will the Cowboys change? Will the Cowboys get in free agency? Who are the Dallas Cowboys going to draft? Will the Cowboys trade up in the draft? Will the Cowboys trade down in the draft? I mean, it's just never ending. See what I'm saying? This is what's getting ready to happen. In just a few more weeks, if the Cowboys are not eliminated, mathematically eliminated, or if they stay alive, if the Cowboys beat Cincinnati, they're gonna say it's gonna turn like, can the Cowboys really run the table? Can the Cowboys sneak their way back? I mean, it's the Cowboys. It's the Cowboys. See what I'm saying? So anything that Dak says They gonna feast off Michael Parsons' podcast coming up. Anything that they say, anything, is gonna get blown out of proportion. I think that's what it is. Dak is the leader of the organization. You know, every leader of the organization, especially the quarterback, this is what they usually do. Dak Prescott just so nice and all that type of stuff that he finally said something and they just blowing it up. Aaron Rodgers has been saying stuff for years. Clyde say they talk about every team like that. Doc, Clyde, come on now. I don't hear nobody talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars every day. Stop it. I don't hear everybody talking about the Denver Broncos every day. Stop it. I don't hear nobody talking about the New Orleans Saints every day. Stop it. Shall I go on? Come on now, Clyde. I think you just want to put up a little comment there. That's fine. That's fine. Please tell me somebody who talking about the New England Patriots every day. Please tell me. I'm missing out. I don't see ESPN talking about the New England Patriots every day. I see somebody talking about the Cowboys every day, though. Please tell me that. Well, Philly, they talk. Well, I ain't saying nothing about Philly. I'm going off of what you said, Clyde. You said they talk about every team like that. I'm just going by what you said. They talk about Philly every day. I give you that one because Philly's in the hunt. I give you that one. See, I can tell. Buffalo, San Francisco, Green Bay. You said no. I don't talk about San Francisco every day. They don't talk about Buffalo every day. You don't see no lead stores with Buffalo every day. Cowboys usually lead off every story. You don't believe me? Just turn on your TV right now. It's 8 o'clock on the dot. Turn on ESPN right now. Come on. Well, go to ESPN, watch the first 10 minutes, and you tell me in the first 10 minutes had the Cowboys been mentioned. That's all I'm gonna say. And then you look at the teams that you just put up and tell me how have they been mentioned in the first 10 minutes. Come on now. Obviously, you're not a Cowboy fan because I can tell just by the way you talking, which is cool, but you know what the truth is. Ain't nobody talking about San Francisco draft pick. Where they gonna be drafting it? Who are they? Who are they gonna trade up or down? Ain't nobody talking about that. Nobody talking about that. Talking about the Dallas Cowboys. Period. Prior to Trevor Lawrence getting hit and getting concussed, you didn't hear nothing about the Jacksonville Jaguars all year. You didn't hear nothing about the Jacksonville Jaguars. Absolutely nothing. You're a Philly fan, 38 years. I told you you was a Cowboy hater. I already knew it. See, I know Cowboy haters when they come in, they ain't got to say it. I can smell them. See, I just called out Clyde. I told you he was a Cowboy hater. I know it now about the team that he talking about. That's why you don't want to admit the truth, which is another reason why you're a Cowboy hater, because you always trying to figure out why everybody keep talking about the Dallas Cowboys. And as a Philly fan, you can't stand it. But even though you can't stand it, you know it's the truth. You know they talk about the Cowboys nonstop. Nobody don't talk about. You don't believe me? Look, my cousin on here, Gerald said, watch First Take this morning. All these teams you called out, see if they talk about them. So see if they talk about them. See if they talk about your team, actually. Philly. And your team is a great football team this year. Just watch. You got to be asking yourself the question, why in the world are we talking about a 5 or however many wins we got, a 5-17, and the Philadelphia Eagles have only lost 1 or 2 games, look like a Super Bowl contender? Why are we wasting time talking about the Dallas Cowboys nonstop. Why am I looking at this content creator talking about the Dallas Cowboys nonstop? You're a Philly fan. I know you got to be asking yourself the question. You know the answer. You know the answer. You know why. You've been a Philly fan for 38 years. I ain't got to school you on this. You know why. You know about the Dallas Cowboys. Stop it. You know we're the leading organization in the world, the most valuable franchise. This is facts. I ain't saying it because I'm a Cowboy fan. You know it's the truth. Clyde, I appreciate you, Clyde. Thanks for hanging with me. Man, look, I got to go. Uh, oh, yeah, I already know, Clyde. You got no choice. You've been living it for 38 years as a Philly fan. You about as old as I am. Yeah. Yeah, look, you see the answers, Clyde. You see all the answers. You know why. I know you're upset. Don't worry about it. Y'all, look, we ain't gonna be in the playoffs. We're not gonna make the playoffs. Y'all gonna get all y'all shine. Just give it a couple weeks. Y'all get your shine because they gonna talk about y'all in the playoffs and all that stuff. Exactly. You get to say fly, Eagles fly, and all that stuff, you know. Hey, I ain't knocking you, bro. Y'all great football team this year. I ain't knocking you. I'm not gonna knock Philadelphia. They're a great football team this year. I don't like y'all just like you don't like us, but I'm not a fool to say I call it like it is. Y'all a good football team. No question about it. But you know the answer to that. On that note, y'all, let me get out of here, man. Man, I appreciate all of y'all hanging for the ride. I'll be with you guys Saturday at 3:00. Hey, Clyde, this is my first time seeing you, I think. Uh, you know, we're realistic Cowboy fans on my show. We call it like it is. If you don't mind, I don't know if you follow me or not, or you give me a subscription. Subscribe to the show, Clyde. That's the only new person that I see. Subscribe to the show and you know, if you will, and come on, follow me. You can bring all your Dallas hate with you and throw your little pop shots in. I don't mind. You know how it is. Angry Cowboy fan, we need to do some work together, man. It's time. I need to call you or text you. I'm gonna text you today. I need you and Junkie, Sports Junkie on the show. I got to give props where it is, and that's really with Sports Junkie. He got it. Angry Cowboy fan, I saw your stuff. I think it was yesterday. Excellent job. For those that do not follow my brother, Angry Cowboy fan, most of you should, because I had him on my show a couple times. Uh, I've been out on his, I believe. Listen, go follow him. Great content creator. Very entertaining. Knows his stuff. And he'll put you in your place. That's my kind of content creator. Go follow him now, actually. You see his last comment. It's not hard to do. Go find the Angry Cowboy fan, follow him. And I got to get him on the show. So we're Angry Cowboy fan. I'm going to shoot you a text about another 30 minutes. We need to get together, all right? All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy. And I'll see you guys Saturday. Angry Cowboy fan may need you on Saturday if you're free. And talk to Sports Junk. I got his number too. I'm gonna text both of y'all. All right. Be looking out for that. We gonna see y'all, man. Man, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. We'll see you on Saturday at 3:00. This has been the ride with the one and only, the big time show.